Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Fringe North podcast. I'm Caitlin Townsend. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the project coordinator for this year's festival. And I have with me today Isabella. Would you like to share a little bit about who you are as an artist and your submission for the festival this year?
Bonjour, tout le monde. Hello, everyone. I'm Isabelle Michaud. Je m'appelle Isabelle Michaud. I'm a French francophone artist from Quebec City, but I've been living in Sault Ste. Marie for a long time. I mostly do multidisciplinary art. I've been taking my paintings out into the in the streets, in nature. It came from a project I was doing based on listening. So I work a lot with the senses. Alors, je travaille comme ça. Oui.
Nice.
I'm a bilingual artist, so you'll be hearing French too.
No, that's great. That's great. We love to have that. I apologize in advance. My French is not very good, so I will do my best. But yeah, like we're really excited to have you as part of our festival this year, and it's very unique too. I was looking over your application, and so it involves a lot of painting, I think was mentioned in it as well. So did you want to speak a little bit to how you incorporate the painting in your art?
So I'm an visual artist who graduated from Algoma University. I did mostly painting and drawing in university because this is how the program was laid out. But more and more, I've been playing with other mediums. So installation is becoming more and more the place where I like to go. So yes, painting. I used to do acrylic painting a lot, abstract and figurative, but with time I've been varying the medium. So I use any markers, any pastels, gouache painting, pens, crayons, anything I can find onto any other surface. Now it's mostly wood and paper, but I'm exploring all kinds of forms. I'm also doing some weaving. So these boards get paired with weaving as well.
Oh,
That I do on a small ankle loom that's right here. It does very thin, long weavings. Yeah.
C'est bon. That's really exciting and very, very unique. So what inspired you to make more of a shift into incorporating the weaving into your art? And was that something that you were always interested in doing from the time that you started, or was it kind of after your degree, you like, I know for a lot of artists, different things can happen in life that influence why they gravitate to certain things. So I'm wondering when that shift came into play and what inspired it.
That's a good question. When we just finish our studies, usually we try what we know, and it's not necessarily what what is in your heart, or because the school led the assignments, and you followed the assignments, and which was really good because it got you to test a lot of things. But as you come out of that very structured frame, you are left with an endless,
Like a full sea of potential.
breath, yes,
Yeah.
of potential. And so I took a course. So for the first years, I did mostly traditional painting. I built wood frames, and I started out this way. But more and more, I took some courses. I took a course which was based on walking and responding to your senses while you walk. So while you're walking, you're going to pay attention to listening or smelling or touching. And then you'll take notes into your field book and just take note of what's happening around you. Take photos, make drawings, do some responses. So this course I did last summer with an alumna of Algoma University, Alicia Hunt. She has her MFA. She's in Halifax. She comes over once in a while to the region, and but I took a course with her, and that changed my artwork. Since then, I have been doing artwork that responds to my feelings. And during the pandemic, it came at the perfect time, because not only did I produce and continue being creative, but I also um, worked on my mental health, and it helped me get through it.
Mhm. Yeah, c'est vrai. Like it's very, very true. I think that was right. You can correct me for any of my French attempts if they're off, but yeah, it's really true. Like art has that ability to process the emotion, and I think in the pandemic, it's so needed. And as I'm hearing you chat about like walking and being inspired from what's around you, I think of mindfulness. So I have a background as a life coach as well. So it seems like a very deep reflective mindfulness practice and to incorporate art in a very mindful way, which is very exciting.
I agree. It's what can I say? I think if this is what you teach, um, then you're helping a lot of people.
Mhm,
This is a very generative and successful way to live. It's a way of life,
mhm,
and when you incorporate that into your life, it will help you sleep. It will help you write. It will help you work. It will help you communicate with friends.
mhm.
Just the whole thing. It's the your body and around you. It has the concentric circles, the echoes carry out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So fantastic. Good for you.
that's so exciting. And um, yeah, like in regards to like I know you had shared that like in the pandemic it kind of came at the right time because your art was it's sort of parallel that, but in terms of like taking your degree prior to the pandemic and your approach to art, has the pandemic shift in terms of how you use art to process your emotions, or was it something that just uh, like do you have much to compare it to before? Like I know, like you say, when you get out of a degree, it's sort of a different ball game than when you're actually in it. But was there much there in terms of uh, just the deepness, I think, of after the pandemic hit? It's a lot more of a deeper going into it, I think so.
C'est vrai.
Mhm,
Oui, absolument.
mhm,
Yeah, so I believe that artists and any art program will be helpful in getting you to communicate with your feelings. You will be in the moment during the studio practices, and your professors really encourage speaking and conversing about your artwork. So you communicate many things that might be in your mind, or and you develop a sense of you-ness. You're you. Who is the you that you want to share with the world? So it starts out in a sort of little kernel there, and then you take that out. And yes, the pandemic is one of those factors that will come, a stressor that will come in your life no matter what. Many stressors will come. That's life. And the arts bring you this way to express yourself so that you don't feel so confined or boxed in, and that you can share with others, and maybe bring a reflection into certain themes or cultural problems that are
mhm,
in today's world, and you can bring that out gently in a way that where people can be into the circle. So same as in the classroom, you form this circle of students, professors, people that come from all over the place, different ages, different sexual, gender, whatever gender, fluidity, all of that, cultural differences, different abled persons come. You get really close and in communication with these groups of people that you can learn from them, and you can also express things to them. So there is a conversation, and
Mhm.
the conversation is what is important, I believe.
Yeah.
So the pandemic stopped a little bit of our conversation in the sense that physically we couldn't, but I think we found other little niche places where to have these conversations.
Mm,
French
yeah.
festival
Yeah, for sure.
being a very good response,
Mhm.
a very good example of how the arts can contribute to conversations, mixing things up so you can learn here, learn there, you know, in a safe way, right?
Mhm. Yeah, Trey Bell, like that's so beautiful to have like that sense of community, and I think that that is such an enriching part of the art process, right? Like it's, like you say, all these different individuals coming together from these spaces and just building up that strength of unity. I think that there's a lot of unity there. Um, so with that sense of unity in mind and like the community around you, how do you as an artist create that community and bring in those pieces of collaboration with other artists? Because I know that's a big part of building community is uh, yeah, being involved in collaboration.
It's the tough part.
Mm,
Let me tell you.
mm,
When I graduated, I was right out of the gate. I called the Ontario Arts Council right away, and I took many, 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 many notes. I asked many questions. I asked, what should an artist do? Should an artist just um, focus on the work, on their own work, and just exhibit and just or go completely community based? Should I always get involved with other people? They told me you need both all
mhm.
the time.
Yeah.
So right away I started trying to get involved with communities. It was so difficult. It was so difficult.
Yeah, it's that breaking into them that's a hard thing to do, and yeah, it's so important to have both too. Like to really, if if you don't have enough of your own exercise with it, when you do come to that group, you kind of get lost in it, right? So it's bringing that individual uniqueness to the greater picture and being able to have like that back and forth dance with other artists of contributing to something greater. Um, s-
I have been involved with many groups. I continue to support. I've been part of province-wide groups. I've been part of 180 projects. I've been part of the Arts Council. I'm at the Sioux Museum right now. I also have Zooms with friends, and we do artwork one-on-one. And friendships is the key,
mm,
like building that friendship with that one person, to see the world from their point of view and you sharing your world with them. So that's what happened at the Sioux Museum. They asked me to come and share my French community. So I was able to bring the Centre Francophone with the Sioux Museum, and I did some artwork based on Frenchtown, a neighborhood that has disappeared in Sault Ste. Marie, but has very deep historical roots. And yeah, like, so this is always evolving and it's changing all the time. I found out I'm not really big on boards anymore. So I want to try to find ways to communicate with artists in maybe new ways. So
Mhm.
there's this artist I met who has a gallery inside a chicken coop.
Nice.
So I'm going to exhibit in his chicken coop, and
That's really unique.
that's been a fun way to interact and rich, really enriching and fostering growth. That's what I look for. And
Mhm.
it's like this opportunity to share with the Fringe Festival. It's an opportunity of growth for me, which
Mhm.
is a little bit different and hard to do sometimes in a small town,
Yeah.
on the outskirts of Toronto.
Mhm. Yeah.
Outskirts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the Fringe Festival is bringing independent artists together so that they can build those connections and uh, meet like-minded folks and just, gain inspiration from one another as well. Because I think sometimes uh, the more we start to see what other people are doing, we get ideas and it builds off of that, right? So yeah, we're really looking forward to just bringing everyone together this year and having the option or the opportunity for artists to connect with one another. Mm.
Good. Well, just before I see that we're nearing the half hour, so I just want to say that the artwork behind me, this is, whoops, this is Andrea Pinheiro,
Nice.
and this is Tamil Flanagan, and this is Annie King, and this little one is by Katie Huxon, and these two are by me. So I just wanted to point that out. Oh, and over here, this blue one is Professor Noni Boyle as well.
Nice. That's fantastic. That's a really enriching collection, and it's great to see. Yeah. So what are you most excited about being part of the festival this year?
Well, I've started making videos. I am not, I am being very, very experimental. So I know that sometimes that can be difficult.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to make it so it's smooth and fun to watch and also meaningful. That's always
Mhm.
what I try to bring is a sense of meaning and sharing of myself, so that when people are done watching, they know who a little bit who I am, but they're also puzzled, which I'm hoping will, you always want to have that little bit of mystery.
Mhm.
Um, the other thing I'm hoping for I will meet some new friends. I will make some new friends. That it won't just be kind of a disconnected thing.
Mhm.
Well, today I met you, and I think I remember you from Algoma.
Yep.
Were you at Algoma?
Yeah, I was.
I didn't teach you French, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a long
I
time ago.
almost swore. I said, "Fuck, I'm not supposed to." I thought so. I thought so.
Yeah, it
Le
was.
français débutant, like beginner's
Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
Ah, oui.
Mhm.
I think it was on under in the basement in 101, I
Yes, it
think.
was. It was, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was one of my
Oh,
favorite classes from my experience at university, so I've always remembered it.
you had a tiny, tiny writing, right?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Oh, that's so darling. Thank you.
Is it
Merci beaucoup.
oh, merci to you for teaching me, like, it was, just a beautiful experience to be part of that. Uh, and yeah, is there anything else you would like our viewers to know before I close off today?
Oh, no, no. I hope you have what you got, what you need,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I trust you. But it, as usual, this always feels a little bit,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, uncomfortable and yeah. Um, so thank you to our viewers for watching today, and you can come out to the festival running from August 19th to the 22nd and buy a ticket and support Isabella, or sorry, Isabelle, I keep saying your name wrong, I apologize, Isabelle, and yeah, engage in the festival and come and embrace that mystery and enjoy the show. And
Yay.
thank you, merci and miigwech and gracias for watching today. Thank you for watching our podcast. Merci, miigwech, gracias. If you like what we're doing, you can support Fringe North and the artists involved in this year's festival financially so that we can continue this work. Visit www.fringenorth.ca to find out more.